Welcome and good morning. I would like to begin by acknowledging that I am joining you virtually from my constituency office in North Vancouver, which is located on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples. I also want to acknowledge that many of you traveled to gather on the traditional territories of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, including the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, Stoney Nakoda nations, comprising the Chikini, the Bearspaw, and the Wesley nations, and Tsuut'ina Nation and the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. We are at a pivotal time for creating a greener and cleaner future, a more sustainable future for our planet. The goal of the global economy is changing, and it is changing quite rapidly. This is happening largely because the science of climate change has told us in no uncertain terms that it must change. Smart money is flowing away from assets that are not compatible with the transition to a net zero world and towards opportunities that are. And as we move towards a lower carbon future, developing our natural resources in the most sustainable ways will be critical to our ongoing prosperity. However, in looking to do so, we must be responsible and respectful of our environment and of the history, culture, and rights of Indigenous communities. For centuries, as you folks know better than I, Indigenous peoples have been the stewards of the lands and waters in this place now known as Canada, as caretakers, rights holders, and in many cases, title holders to the land on which resource development takes place. Through nation-to-nation relationships, mutual respect, partnership, and recognition of rights, the federal government is firmly committed to ensuring that Indigenous engagement, perspectives, and participation are at the heart of our transition to a sustainable, low-carbon, natural resource-based economy. We must ensure that Indigenous peoples are at the decision-making table, that they are owners and builders of projects that affect their communities and territories, to grow our economy and advance real, meaningful economic reconciliation. The Indigenous Advisory and Monitoring Committee for the Enbridge Line 3 Replacement Program is a model of this crucial relationship. The model is a first of its kind, bringing together Indigenous nations, the Canadian Energy Regulator, and the Government of Canada to advance the common and shared goal of increased Indigenous involvement in responsible and sustainable resource management. The Line 3 Indigenous Advisory and Monitoring Committee's work exemplifies the type of partnerships that are key to developing natural resources in the right way and supporting the implementation of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. In May, I had the opportunity to meet with the Indigenous Caucus of the Line 3 IAMC on a day of transition as new committee was being appointed for the third term. I would like to take this moment to acknowledge and share my appreciation to the first and second term committee members who provided leadership to get us where we are today, and to the third term committee members for your ongoing commitment to ensuring the work of the Line 3 IAMC continues to advance. I also learned of the significant amount of collaborative work completed by the committee over the past year. While navigating a global pandemic, the committee ensured Indigenous monitoring continued, they co-developed recommendations for renewal, and they expanded training and capacity building opportunities for Indigenous monitors. It is encouraging to have you all gathered here today virtually and for the first time in person since the start of the COVID pandemic to reconnect, to share in the committee's achievements over the past year, to discuss the Line 3 IAMC future together, and to hear your ideas to guide future committee work so that it reflects your priorities and addresses the interests of your nations and regions. The IAMC is a unique mechanism that provides an opportunity for Canada and Indigenous partners to share expertise and perspectives. I encourage you to actively engage in the session today. Your perspectives are important to our shared success and the ongoing work of the committee. Thank you for being here. I am excited to hear the outcomes of today's gathering, and I certainly look forward to continuing our work together. Thank you very much.